Hey, I'm Karen, and welcome to my channel, Creating Sanity. I'm really glad you're here. We're going to talk about something interesting today. We're going to talk about reframing. And I want you to think for a moment. Have you ever seen this beautiful painting and it has this big, huge, elaborate frame around it, and you can't really even take in the painting because this huge elaborate frame just takes away from it. But you know that if there was a simpler, cleaner frame around that painting, that it would just look so much better. That's what we're talking about today. And while, yes, I do mix creativity into my videos, it's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about reframing our ideas, our problems, our viewpoints, and seeing how if we put a different frame on things, things can look better. Now, if you're already putting a good frame on things, good. You don't need this. But for those times where you are seeing things really negatively, you are not willing to move forward with something because you think it's going to be a disaster, there's a lot of naysaying going on in your brain, this is a really good exercise for you to do. And I'm going to show you the exercise. The first couple of times you do it, you might want to do it on paper as I'm describing it. And then once you learn it, you're able to do it in your mind, and you can just kind of say to yourself, okay, how am I going to reframe this problem? Because this isn't feeling good. So what you do is you get a piece of paper. In the middle of the paper, you draw a box. And inside the box, you write the problem. You can write the problem. You can draw the problem. If you're feeling really creative and you want to do something you can draw the problem. It doesn't have to be elaborate. I'll show you. It's kind of a little dude face with a cartoon face with the word promotion. So my imaginary dude here, or dudette, is thinking about applying for another job that just opened up in their job, and it would be a promotion for this person. And as they're thinking about it, the things that they're going, oh, I really want this job, but no, I'm not going to do it. No, I can't. No. And the job is more money, and there's a lot of benefits. It would be really helpful, and they really want it. With that exercise, what this person would do is they would put themselves in the middle, write promotion. That's it. Not going into the whole story. Just really basic facts. Okay? Then, in the frame, around the box, you start to write your story. So you start with the things that you're thinking about your problem. So what this imaginary person has is, I'm not good enough, too much competition, I'm really afraid that I'm going to be rejected, and I'm going to look like an idiot for even applying. People are going to think, who do I think I am for applying to this? Poo-hoo. I don't have enough experience. All of the things, and dig really deep and really be honest with yourself about the things that you're thinking about this situation that are keeping you from moving forward or being able to respond to the situation or the problem in a positive way. And after you've done that, take a look at it. And like I said, really dig deep, be honest with yourself, and really look at the things that you wrote. And then say to yourself, are these things really true? because I'm going to put my positive perspective hat on right now, and I'm going to look at this from a different view. While I might not have a lot of experience, I'm going to be bringing a fresh perspective to this job. And people like me, and I'm an excellent leader. I already know that about myself. I'm a creative problem solver, and ideas come to me easily. And so writing down the positive things about what you could bring to the problem, in a perfect world, if I had it my way, this is what could be, and bring it in, look at it from the different perspectives. And what this does is it allows you to be able to start exercising this ability to first recognize, oh, I'm doing negative thinking right now. I'm putting up a wall. I'm putting on the brakes, whatever. And I want to look at this from a different viewpoint. I really think that I could bring something to this job. I actually do really want to do this job. I want to do this. I want to, instead of say it was an interaction with a person, I want to be able to respond to the person in a meaningful way instead of reacting to them out of anger or fear. This could be a strategy that you use. And I'll give you an example. The other day, somebody said something to me that didn't land well with me. And my immediate response was, "Meow." And I was like, no, I don't want to defend myself. I don't want to just react. So I did this. So one of the things that once you do this a couple of times on paper and you've gone through the exercise, you can do it in your head. But doing it on paper first really helps you to become familiar with the process. And then once you're comfortable with it, you can just do it in your head because you know what you need to do. So I started thinking about it and I was like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling. I can't, I made a mistake. I need to explain this person that they misunderstood and like this whole thing. And I'm like, no, I'm not feeling good about that. That's not like, explaining myself doesn't feel right either. I don't want to come at them. My initial response was like, F you, jerk. I didn't want to do that. I immediately nixed that. Then the next thing that I went into was like, oh, I need to explain to them what I really meant. And then I was like, no, that doesn't feel authentic either. So how can I come at this in a different direction? And so then as I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I don't have to respond. I can just say, thank you, be well. And that's what I ended up doing because that felt authentic and it felt in a comfortable way to deal with the situation that was happening at that time. So like I said, this is something that you can start to, once you learn it, you can start to just do it on the fly. And it helps you to become familiar with your negative thinking because we all do it. Okay? It happens to all of us. But when we become familiar and we don't go down this whole big rabbit hole that we have to end up pulling ourselves out of, when we're able to recognize that we're just starting down that rabbit hole and go, okay, yeah, no, I don't want to go there, it's much easier and you're able to correct it. And this is just another one of these tools that can help you to pull yourself back from your stinking thinking and think of it in a more positive way. It can be used in all kinds of situations where you need to just step back for a moment and reframe things and be able to look at it from a different perspective. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please tap the like button. Share the video with somebody that you think it might find this helpful. Maybe you know somebody who's going through a problem right now and they're kind of down in the dumps about what's going on in their life and they need a tool to be able to pull themselves back. And if you haven't already, why don't you subscribe? It doesn't cost you anything and you'll be notified when I have a new video come out. I'm trying to do 2 a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And anyway, why don't you join my Creating Sanity community? I'd love to have you here. And remember that together, we are creating sanity. Thanks. Take care.